Hey YouTube, it's your girl V the Notary. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I haven't talked to y'all in a little over a week, so I'm excited to make sure that I bring you guys some good content this week. And today we are going to be talking about the NACA homebuyers program, okay? I'm going to get into it. I'm going to let you guys know like how I'm involved in it, and then kind of just, chart my journey as I, move through the program, hopefully. Before we get started with that, you guys, please make sure you like, subscribe, and then, hopefully you love this video. Share it with everybody. Rewatch it. Anybody who you know is going through the home buying process or thinking about it, make sure that you guys share this video, okay? So, what does NACA stand for? NACA stands for Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America. That is what NACA stands for. And this program is amazing, y'all. I am a real estate agent. I have been familiar with it, but just a little bit, before we get into the ins and outs of why you guys are here, just a little bit about me. I am a previous homeowner. I owned a townhouse in Maryland. I bought it in 2008 or 2009, and then I ended up selling it in 2018. So I have been renting for the last 6 years. I guess that's 6 years. Yeah, I've been renting for the last 6 years. And I am ready to buy again, you guys. I'm ready to buy. I have lots of things planned. I'm planning on doing some investment properties in the future, but I'm ready to buy again. And so with that being said, I was like, okay, so I am qualified as a new home buyer again. As long as you don't own any other, rental properties or anything, and you haven't owned a house within the last 5 years, you do qualify as a new home buyer. So that's something that you guys should remember, okay? A lot of people think to qualify as a new home buyer and get the perks, and this is generally across the board with all the programs, you have to have never bought a home. That is not true, because I am a previous homeowner. And so I was thinking about, okay, like what programs in my area do I want to possibly look into, based on like what I make. And, there's a lot of times with, first time home buyer programs, there is a cap on what you can make. Some of that stuff I don't qualify for. And so what I decided to do is to research and just familiarize myself more with the NACA program. And so I think, not even I think, because I'm manifesting positivity, right? I'm going to go through the NACA program to buy my home. And so my plan is to buy this house in 2025, okay? And so a little bit about the NACA program. So I told you what the acronym stands for, so I'll refer to it as NACA moving forward. I made some notes, you guys, okay? So we talked about what it is, the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America. And let me just say this before I really get into like the fact that you don't have to pay closing costs or put anything down, which is what has attracted me to the program. Because imagine, like a home buyers program, and this program is legit, because there's a lot of rumors out there. Y'all know I'm going to bring you the real. It's a legit program. There's no like what are the strings attached to it. I mean, there are strings. Like you have to attend different workshops. You have to obviously provide all the information, which you would do in the underwriting process anyway. If you bought a home, it's arduous. There's lots of things you need to provide. The NACA program is no different. But yeah, so that's what attracted me to it. I'm like, man, if I could just like take what I was going to put down and put it into furnishings and other things, like I want to keep the money, as much money as I can, to stash it away for repairs or whatever. So that is what has attracted me to this home buyers program. Now, let me just say this also. In addition to the fact that in the program, you won't have to pay closing costs or put anything down. Excuse me, the program is a little more lengthy than like a conventional loan. For example, it usually takes from start to the ending of the program anywhere from 3 to 6 months. That's an approximation based on, because again, I just kind of started in the program. I haven't closed yet, but I did a lot of research on Reddit and just did the different blogs and things, and everyone's saying about 3 to 6 months. So if you are looking to buy a home and you like want to close next month, NACA might not be for you. But if you have a little time like me, I don't intend to buy anything to the end of 2025. I'm starting now. So this program is right up my alley. It gives me time to like gather all the things I need, attend the workshops, just make sure that my savings is right, all of that. Okay, so I just wanted to preface this by saying that. So just with some of the notes, the program is targeted. This doesn't mean that it doesn't, if you make over the threshold, that you cannot still take advantage of the NACA program and get, no, closing costs, no down payment, right? But it is targeted to help low to moderate income people become homeowners. And I know what I wanted to say. So I did, the first step, obviously, is to do your research about NACA. Then you have to attend a NACA workshop, okay? The nice thing about it, previous years, previous to COVID, I think, you had to actually find a NACA facility wherever you're located and go there in person. Now they have the NACA workshop online. And so I knocked it out this past weekend. I kind of just broke it up, but it's about 4 hours. And I learned a lot about NACA. I didn't realize that they were so monumental in putting a stop to predatory, lending, like in the 80s and 90s, because NACA this organization is cemented. It's been around for a while. So I learned a lot about all the amazing things that NACA has done with helping to stop redlining. If you don't know what redlining is, Google it. But they have done tremendous things with helping just everyone in the community be able to really afford loans and stop predatory loaning and ensure that different lenders, I don't want to name them, but they talked about several in the workshop that, were only offering certain people in certain communities these really high interest rates, and they put a stop to that. So kudos to NACA. They have done amazing things. Okay. So again, the program is targeted for low to moderate income people. If you are not, if you make more like than the median income in your area, which honestly I fall into that category, you can still take advantage of the program. However, your rate will not be, it's still, whatever interest rate you get is going to be lower than the average interest rate. But you won't get the lowest rate that they offer to low to medium income levels, okay? Unless you buy in an area, which is because NACA has priority areas. They have non-priority areas and priority areas. And priority areas are areas within wherever your city that are low to medium income, okay? If you, for instance, let's say you make, you live in Dallas and you make $200,000 a year, I can guarantee you that's probably higher than the median income. But if you're buying in an area where the average person makes medium income, you can still take advantage of the lowest rates that NACA has to offer, okay? So so that brings me to interest rates. If you go to NACA's website, they daily, just as, if you go to Bankrate or any other lender, they have their interest rates on their website. Their interest rates are significantly lower than the national average. So again, in addition to the fact that you are going to, buy your home with no closing costs, no down payment, you will also get a significantly lower interest rate, okay? So what else do I want to talk about? So we talked about priority areas, you guys. Priority areas are just areas of town where they are trying to encourage more home ownership, okay? This is not, for lack of a better word, I don't even want to use the word I was just about to use. These are just areas that are, they're building the communities. Some of them, I checked the priority areas in the city that I live in, and some of them areas I was surprised to see on there. I'm like, some of the areas that are priority areas in my city are areas that I want to live in. So I was like, okay, this is nice. Like there's options. Like, so you can find out what the priority areas are in your city. You can search those areas and see what houses, when it's time for you to actually put a contract down on a house. When you get to that point, you can kind of adjust your search to the priority areas to see which areas match the areas or the houses that you're interested in. Okay, so oh, another great thing about the program, you guys, is NACA does not base you qualifying for the program on your credit score. Okay, because sometimes your credit score is not always indicative of like the full picture of your financial situation. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. So that's the other really, really good thing about it, is they are basing it more on, does this person, are they on time with their payments? You know, do they have a certain base level of savings? And you know, not the savings that you would necessarily need for a down payment, but you know, do they at least have a certain amount of savings to cover certain things, right? So your payments, and what you're currently paying in rental payments is a big indicator of like what you can afford. So they want to make sure you're paying your things on time. You cannot, if I'm not mistaken, when I was doing the workshop, you can't have any delinquent debt now. So if you have, outside of doctor's bills, because I don't think that counts, but if you have credit cards that are delinquent, there's certain things you're going to need to take care of on your credit report before you're qualified for the program. But that actual score, the credit score, they don't base you being approved for the program on your credit score. Okay, so that's really good for some of you that maybe you're working on building up your credit score. It's not quite there yet. You're working on it. And yeah, so that's the other really good thing about it. We talked about the fact that it's like anywhere from 3 to 6 months on average. So again, if you are looking to like close, because there's certain situations where you can close quickly, you know, with conventional loans, even FHA loans, the NACA program might not be for you because they need a little more information to just make sure that you're qualified. Okay. And then last but not least, like I said, I did attend the NACA workshop. I actually, and I'm not just saying this, y'all, because I need you to believe me, I was engaged the whole time. I learned a lot about this program, and I'm excited. I've been wanting to actually take this workshop because, you know, if I'm going to be working with buyers and things like that, even outside of myself, I want to be able to intelligently speak about the program, to be able to help my buyers, walk them through it. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I'm excited. I also wanted to do that, but so what I'm going to do, everybody, is I'm going to document my own process. I ain't gonna give you my personal financial business, but I am gonna document like each step of the way. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I hit a roadblock or a hurdle, I'm gonna come to you guys and tell you, you know, and just kind of tell you how that situation was resolved, or if it wasn't resolved, or if they don't approve me, whatever it is, the situation is, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys and kind of tell you as I move along in the process. And again, I decided that this home buyer program would be probably most appropriate for me because, again, I am currently not in a rush to buy right now. I just signed a lease on my new place recently, so you know I have some time to work with. And then again, just I am intrigued by the no closing costs, no down payment. Like, what's better than that when buying a home? Because a lot of times that is what prohibits people from doing it. You know, you might have the great interest rate, you might have great credit score, but you know, if you don't have, you know, for conventional loans, if you want to avoid, oh, this is also one thing, I'm sorry. You know, when you buy a conventional loan, if you don't put 20% down, you have a PMI, right? And that's like a premium that's added on top of your interest in your principal. Okay. So it's just that PMI is like protection for the lender, you know, just in case you default on your loan. And it, you know, your PMI can be anywhere from $200 to $500 additional each month on top of your mortgage. In the NACA program, you don't have a PMI. So, I mean, they really do work to like ensure that you get the best rate and that you can afford your monthly, your mortgage each month. NACA is not paying me for this. I'm just coming to you guys because I want to make you aware of the program if you don't know about it, and to just kind of document my process in it so that I can not only help myself but help you guys if you're looking to do it. Okay. but yeah, so that's, in a nutshell, that's what it is. So what I'm doing now is, I did create a budget for myself, which I'm ashamed to say that I've never been on a real budget. Like, I've had a budget like in my mind, but I never been on a budget for real where like you have all your expenses lined up and you like adhere to that. So I created a budget for myself, and even I feel even more confident about everything after I created the budget. So I decided that I'm going to start this budget on January 1st of 2025. Okay, so my first step was to create a budget, but within the next couple of weeks, now that I have officially have my NACA member ID number, I paid my NACA dues. I had to pay to give them a copy of my credit report, so I already did that. So I am officially a member. And so now that I have my own member portal, I'm going to be inputting like, bank statements, credit card statements, and stuff like that in there because they do want that information. So that's what I'll be working on in the next couple of weeks, and then I'll come to you guys, maybe in 2 or 3 weeks just to kind of, give you an update on that. And then after you do all that and input everything, the next step is to schedule a date to meet with a NACA counselor who's going to look over that. So I need to upload all my data before I can schedule a date with the NACA counselor. Okay, so very transparent. I'm telling you guys all where I'm at with all of this. I'm very excited. So I'm going to bring you guys all along on the process. So if you guys have any questions about anything that I talked about today, please drop down in the comments. And more importantly, if you have successfully went through this NACA first time home buyer program, please drop down in the comments. Let us all know what we can anticipate. Give me some best practices, for myself, please, and for everybody else. I want to hear your experiences, you guys. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful. And like I was saying before, please subscribe, share, and make sure you like the video, you guys. Okay, all right, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.